All right, let's get right into it. For, the last 20 years, we've all thought about getting found online in pretty much the same way, right? It's all about search engines, keywords, clicks. But here's the thing. A massive shift is happening right under our noses, and it's all being powered by AI. It is literally changing how your business gets discovered. And this whole thing starts with a really simple but kind of mind-bending idea about who, or maybe what, is actually visiting your website. We have to completely rethink who we're building our sites for, because your very next visitor. You heard that right. It's not going to be a person clicking a link from a Google search. Nope, it's going to be an AI agent. A bot from ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude. And it's not crawling your site looking for keywords. It's looking for answers. It's looking for authority. And look, this isn't some wild guess about the future. Dave Edwardy, who founded Own the Conversation, put it perfectly. He said, your website is going to be read by AIs more than by people. AIs are becoming your main audience, and they're the ones deciding who gets recommended to actual humans.
So this new reality, this new digital landscape, well, it actually has a name. It's called the Agentic Web. And it's a completely different kind of internet that's going to require a whole new playbook for getting seen and heard.
So what exactly is the Agentic Web? Well, think of it like this. It's a new layer of the internet where all these AI agents are constantly talking to each other. They're sharing info, they're fact-checking, all to figure out which businesses are the real deal, the true experts in their field. This really drives home just how big of a change we're talking about. The old web, that was basically a giant digital library. Humans used keywords as a card catalog to find stuff. But this new web, the Agentic Web, it's more like a global brain, and AIs are searching that brain for the most authoritative, clear answers they can find. So if the entire game is changed, how in the world do you win? Well, spoiler alert, it's not by doing more of the same old-school SEO. You need a totally new strategy, one that's actually built for this new web. And it's called conversational seeding. So, what is conversational seeding? It's basically a way to turn your everyday customer chats into AI fuel. It's a living, breathing system that takes the real questions people ask and the great answers you give and feeds that directly into the AI ecosystem. You're proving, one conversation at a time, that your brand is a voice of authority. And this is the key difference, the big mental shift. With traditional SEO, you're always playing defense, right? You're chasing Google's latest algorithm update. But with conversational seeding, you're playing offense. You're not chasing anything. You are actively shaping the conversations that these algorithms learn from.
It all boils down to this single idea. The goal isn't just to rank for some keyword anymore. The goal is to become the trusted source that AI models themselves turn to when they need reliable answers. That's how you build real, lasting digital authority.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work? I mean, how do you take a simple chat with a customer and turn it into this powerful authority signal? Let's walk through it, step by step.
The whole process is actually pretty elegant. So first, a real person comes to your site and asks your AI assistant a question. Then, the system takes that chat, cleans it up, makes it totally anonymous, and creates a transcript. Next, that transcript gets published on your site as structured Q&A content. And then finally, the big AI models, the LLMs, find this content. They index it and they learn, hey, this business knows what it's talking about. And just to be clear, we're not talking about some obscure search engines nobody's ever heard of. This system is feeding knowledge directly to the major players who are defining how we find information now. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, these are the tools that millions of people are already using instead of a classic Google search. But you're probably thinking, okay, does this actually work? Fair question. Let's move past the theory and look at some real-world proof of this system in action. Yeah, the impact is pretty amazing, and it's across all kinds of different businesses. You've got a company like Carpet Sydney that became the #1 reference recommended by GPTs, a luxury brand like Decorator Rugs that turned its deep expertise into searchable authority. And it even works for global businesses like As One Yachts, and get this, local hotel concierges in Phuket who can help guests in tons of different languages just with a simple QR code. And that's what's so cool here. The applications are just so broad because the main idea is universal. It doesn't matter if you're in tourism and need a multilingual concierge or you're a retailer trying to build brand authority. The foundation is exactly the same. Use your conversations to build trust with AI. So, this all brings us back to the most important question of all. What does all this mean for your business today? It's really time to ask yourself, are you ready for this new world? If you take away one thing, let it be this. For years, the goal was to be web-ready. Have a decent website. That's table stakes now. Today, it's not enough. Your brand has to be conversation-ready. It has to be able to answer questions clearly and authoritatively for both people and AIs.
And let's be absolutely clear about something. This isn't about tricking the system or finding some new SEO loophole to exploit. This is a long-term play. The real goal is to genuinely earn the respect of the AIs that are becoming the new gatekeepers to pretty much all information online.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought to chew on. In the very, very near future, AI assistants are going to be asking questions on behalf of billions of people. And the only question that's going to matter is, when AI asks, will your business be the answer?